Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, I want to share some thoughts around how to protect your team and yourself from burnout. Now, burnout is something that we in the technology space, especially, have a tendency to experience because of the way things are in the marketplace. We still have management structures, work expectations, and everything that is from the industrial era, where you put in 1 unit of work and you get 1 unit of work out or output out, or if you have a multiplication system of some sort, you get more work out. The thing with working in technology is there are so many variables. It's a multivariate career as far as my experience has been, and the experience of people that I talk to in the field has been. So this means you can walk into your office on a morning and you could have your infrastructure out of commission, and you can estimate all that you want, but what you believe should be a 5-minute fix or a 30-minute fix can sometimes end up being a 3-hour fix. If you've been in this field for any period of time, you know what I'm talking about. So in a career that has such multivariate responsibilities and issues, how do we protect ourselves and our team from burnout? In most organizations that have respect for the technology aspect of the business and the technology team is funded enough. I'm not saying be luxuriously funded. I've so far never worked in an organization where we've had all the money that we wanted, or all the team members that we wanted and even sometimes needed. But what we have been able to do is put in things in place to help ensure that everyone is protected against burnout, against excess stress, all of those aspects. So in the teams that I've run and built, the things that we've done are having responsibilities shared, but at the same time ensuring that everyone is versed in all the systems to an extent that they can support others in times of emergency, but also can take over in critical situations. So for example, if you've had something that's a critical failure, yes, you can bring the backup systems online, but you still have to fix up your mainline systems. So if members of your team are trained in bringing up the backup systems, and other members who are senior engineers in the team can go and work on fixing the issue, it is not all on the senior engineer's head to make sure that the backup systems come up and then go and try and fix the issue. You can work independently, ensure that both sides of the thing are covered. And similarly, having some form of a timetable to support your staff during peak times. So peak times could be the first hour of the day when a lot of users might have issues. It might be other times in your business. Knowing the ebbs and flows in your business helps you support your frontline staff with time and resources as needed, which meant, in my case, even when I was working as a IT manager and when I was working as a director of technology, in both roles, there were times when I spent with my help desk staff on the front end because I wanted to be there to support them as well as see what's happening and have a good interface with customers and see the kind of issues that they're facing, the kind of service that they're getting, all of those aspects. And that meant when I experienced it firsthand, it helped me put in proposals for more staff or more support, whatever it might be, or more training, so that the staff members didn't have to come to the help desk for minor issues. They could fix things themselves. They could, knowing how to use software and hardware better meant they could resolve some of the issues, have less frustration. All of those things was possible because I was sitting in the front with my other staff, supporting them, giving them the extra overflow support that they needed, while at the same time being able to experience what it's like for an end user, a client that we were servicing. And when you have that sort of situation, when you have help desk staff, for example, you might have customers who are rude, treat them bad. When those sort of situations come, you as the manager or executive leader are in a position to step in and take control of the situation, take the customer away, and have a discussion with them saying, hey, yes, you've got an issue with the technology. There's no point in taking it out on my staff. Give them space, let them fix it for you. Let's give you an alternative so that you can continue on with work and they have the time and the space to be able to fix the issue for you. So putting in multiple layers of this sort of protection around your teams is important. Having good documentation helps, because you know that anyone in the team can pick up the documentation and work on any issues as needed. Having reliable systems is very important. Ensuring that executive leadership understand the need for investment into technology is very, very important. Ensuring that you're always in communication with key stakeholders in the organization so that you can ensure that the right expectations are set and give yourself the space to be able to work through solutions. We had certain expectations that if new software needed to be deployed to users, we had a certain time frame that they had to submit the software request by, so that we can do our testing and pilot deployment and then do the full deployment. So there was all these things we had put in place with expectations, with documentation saying these are the processes to follow. And if people did not follow processes, it was my duty as the manager or executive director to reinforce the fact that these processes are there to protect my team, but also to ensure that the quality of the work that was done and the quality of the results that were gotten would be consistent and reliable. And these sort of things, it's on you to step in and put those things in place. And then beyond that, talk to your staff. Tell them to go home on time. And I was notoriously bad for going home on time because when I got focused and started working on something, and especially in the afternoons once most users, other staff in the organization have gone, it's easier to focus and get some project work done. It's easy to get stuck into that, but at the end of the day, we're human. We can't do 12, 14, 18 hours a day consistently with focus that is required for the kind of roles that we're working in. So make sure that your staff, go home on time, get the kind of disconnection from work during weekends and after hours. Unless there's an absolute emergency, do not bother them. And do fun things as well. Things that we did to keep the team energized and have a bit of fun was, time to have a little bit of chat, having lunch together, having opportunities to like go out after work hours for dinners together as a group, and just have a bit of fun. Friday afternoons we would bring in some drinks and share a drink or whatever it might be. Might have we might bring food in and share that. So we did things to make it more social, more fun. And at the end of the day, we're spending a significant portion of our life at work, and we want to have fun at the same time, get the job done. So as leaders, you have the opportunity to set a tone for your teams in the organization, to have that space, to have a bit of fun, so that everyone feels like they are a family, part of the team. And at the same time, if you have constructive criticism for someone in your team, do it separate, do it alone. One-to-one is for criticism, and in front of everyone is for praise. Praise your team members constantly. Like, even if they don't really quote unquote need it, praise the fact that they are putting in the effort, doing the best they can, and in a lot of cases going above and beyond to get results. And praise them in public. If there is stuff that you need to work with on a personal level, get them separately, have one-on-one talks with people. Really caring about people in your team helps. When you really care about them as a holistic human being, not just as the system admin in your team or an engineer in your team, but as a human being first, they've got goals and desires and dreams in their lives. They've got potentially family, and other things in their life. So giving them that opportunity to connect with you on a more human level and let you know where things are at, so that you can support them while they're at work, is an important part of your job as a leader. As a leader, you've got to support them. You've got to know where they're at, so that you can find out if there is something at work that is putting them in real stress, and if there's something that you can do to unblock the path for them. That is huge, and it is your role as the manager or executive leader to do that. Yes, you have all the other responsibilities, but your big job as a leader, not just a manager but a leader, is to unblock the path and empower your staff to be able to do their best work and find the right level of fulfillment for them. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out with some measures of how you can protect yourself and your staff, having specific schedules, having time set aside for various aspects of your operations, which could be time for maintenance, time for doing project work, time for supporting others on the help desk, whatever it might be. Find that niche, find that schedule that works best for the whole team, and work it so that you can support your team and give them the best possible protection from burnout. And at the end of the day, treat them as humans, get to know them on a personal level, and support them. Support their, at least, career dreams, because that's something that you can support them, empower them. So I wish you all the best in your journey as a tech professional, manager, and leader. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel so that you're notified of future episodes as they are released. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you in a future episode.